Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about how I found out that I was pregnant and then kind of just like a first trimester like recap. This is going to be a really like TMI video, and I'm so sorry if you don't want to watch it now. Then click off or something, because we're gonna get personal and we're gonna get like, pregnancy is a beautiful thing, but then again, like, it is not a beautiful thing. So it's a lot of TMI, just let y'all know. I'll be 16 weeks tomorrow. So we are in the second trimester and got a little bit more ways to go, but we're almost halfway there and I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's went by pretty fast, honestly. I can say that once we found out, it like was moving kind of slow because I was so just anxious to like announce that I was pregnant. And then ever since then, it's just like clockwork, like so fast. After we announced it, it just like went by so fast, and then we finally got to figure out the gender, what it was, Saturday. So I expect for it to go by even faster now that we know that, because we're just so excited now. Next thing we have to look forward to is baby shower, and that's gonna be so much fun. I cannot wait for that. I cannot wait to get a bunch of stuff, because I've already bought outfits for her, and I know people are probably gonna say I shouldn't have done that because I'm gonna get so much at the baby shower, but like, let me live and let me buy stuff for my daughter. Let me do it. Okay, it's my first kid. I'm gonna go nuts and I don't even care. So let's just like start from the beginning. Today's date is February 28th, so this video has been like a long time coming. So we found out at the beginning of December. I found out December 5th. Whenever you find out that you are pregnant, like a million things go through your head. It's just like disbelief and excitement at the same time, and then you are like scared to say anything to anyone because you're scared that something's gonna happen. Like, miscarriage is always possible. It happens to so many people. I have been so blessed that we have made it to 16 weeks and I have not experienced a miscarriage. I've never experienced a miscarriage. I know that it's tough to go through. I know a lot of people that have been through it, and I know a lot of people that are still trying to have babies that have been through it. I got a lot of blood work done and a lot of stuff. Whenever Jamie was deployed last February, like as soon as he left, I like got checked, just because I knew that like whenever he came home, he was like, all right, like let's really like start trying, like, because you know we're gonna get married. Like, and it was before I even decided to go to nursing school, so it was just like perfect time. He's gonna be on shore duty for the next 3 years, so we're like, all right, let's like for real try, because before that, like, we just didn't use any protection like whatsoever. I haven't been on birth control in like 4 years. It wasn't something that I thought I needed, because I didn't think that I could get pregnant. And whenever I went to the gynecologist last February, she just basically told me like it's gonna be super hard, and especially if you get with a man who has problems on his own too with infertility and whatnot, then it's gonna be hard as a couple for y'all to conceive. And whenever me and Jamie got married and I like told him, he knew about all that before we got married. Like, as soon as whenever he was deployed, I like emailed him like what all the doctors said, like all the tests and everything. And I told him like basically like it's gonna be hard, and it's gonna be even harder if you have something wrong with you too. So whenever he got back, he went and did like a sperm test or something, like whatever they do. I don't know what it's actually called, but they like test the male sperm for like a lot of different things, like the count, just like how much is in it, how much of it is like usable or viable or something. I don't know how the word to describe that, and how fast it goes and stuff like that. And then we just kind of figured out, okay, it's gonna be even harder. And like it got to the point where I think he did that back in August. Yeah, he got that test done like back in August. So we were trying and trying. I got on prenatals. I got put on like a really strong prenatal or something like that. I don't know. It just had like extra estrogen in it or something like that. It had estrogen. I don't know. I was on something that my gyno prescribed me, and he like basically gave me like a clock. He was like, this is the time, this is the day, like you need to, you know, have sex on these days if you want to have a baby. So we followed it to a T for 3 months and nothing happened. So it just got to that point. I know 3 months is not that long to try something, but whenever it's you and you're in that moment, it's just discouraging because you've been told by this doctor, by that doctor, like it's gonna be hard and there's no telling if it's gonna happen. It could be 7 years before it does happen. It's just very discouraging whenever you've taken so many tests and they all end up negative. We got to that point and we were like, okay, we're not gonna like try anymore. Like it's just not in the cards for us at the moment. Like let's wait. I got an appointment to get on birth control. My appointment was for like a month out because my doctor on base is so booked up all the time. It's hard to get an appointment with her. So my appointment was for a month out to get the IUD put in. This is what I was gonna do. And we just had that set in place and then we just didn't think anything about it. Well, come November, we went to a friend's wedding, and what was weird about this wedding is like I just wasn't in the mood to like party or like have a good time. Like I don't know, like something was just off the whole night. And I didn't want to drink. They had, you know, they had like beer and stuff there, and I just wasn't feeling it. I don't know, I hardly ate that night. After that, we went to a bar with some of his friends and I got this drink. And it was pretty much just like, I got watermelon pucker, which is like a liqueur. And it's alcohol, but it's like barely alcohol. Like it's not like something that you would want to get you drunk or something like that. Like it's not gonna do that. So I was like, man, I've never wanted anything like this. I was like, man, I want some watermelon pucker and I want just straight up sour mix in it. So I got this drink and it was so sour, like I loved it, but I would make everyone else like drink it and they're like, oh my gosh, like how are you drinking this? I only had I had one or two of those. But it was just so sour. I was like, what are y'all talking about? Like it tastes great. Like I love this. So that was a Saturday. And then Sunday, I don't remember what we did on Sunday. I think we just chilled out at the house or something like that. Come Monday, I went to work that night. And what was weird about this is because I don't usually like our food at work. Like I usually just get like a kid's meal, like a chicken tenders or something like that, and I'm good for the night. Well, this night I just wanted to eat everything I saw. I was like, man, I'm starving. And then one of the cooks made me these tacos and I was like, oh my god, like I'm still hungry. Like what is wrong with me? So I got home and I was like, maybe I should take a test. Like, okay. Jamie was like, what are you talking about? Like, take a test. Like, we have, like, it's not gonna happen. Like, I don't want you to get upset when you take a test and it's gonna be negative. So, and it was weird the way that I took it because I didn't take it correct, so nothing showed up on it. So I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna wait till the morning and I'm gonna take another one in the morning. So, come back in the morning and I take a test, and with those tests, I've never like gave it like enough time to where I'm just like staring at it. I'm like, okay, there's no line, pretty much, because I've just seen so many negatives before. So I stood there, we both stood there, we both looked at it, negative, okay, great. Not pregnant, not great, because I want to be pregnant, but it is what it is. So Jamie was off of work that day for some reason. I forgot why he was off work, but he was off of work. Sorry, Maverick's back there. He was off of work and we were both sitting in the dining room table and we were eating breakfast or something. And I had to use the bathroom again, so I walked back into the bathroom and I saw the test and there was 2 lines on it. So I was like, Jamie! He's like, what? If it's a bug, like kill it yourself. Like, I'm not coming in there. Like, he didn't want to come in there again. And then I screamed again and I hear him like coming this way, and I like meet him halfway and I had the test in my hand and I'm like, there's 2 lines. He was like, what? Like his face was just like ghost. Like he was in complete shock. I've never seen him in complete shock like this, but he was like, what? I was like, there's 2 lines. There's 2 lines. That's the only thing I could say, like get out of my mouth was, there's 2 lines. There's 2 lines. And I was like, I'm gonna chug some water and then take another one. So chugged some water, took another one, and it was positive. Again, so at this point, Jamie's just like like, we're just shocked. Like, we both were just shocked. Like, I don't know, like, if it goes through anyone else's mind, like, whenever they found out that they were pregnant, or if it's just, like, I don't know. I'm sure, I hope it goes through everybody else's mind, because if not, then I don't know. Like, we were just shocked. Like, there's no way that that thing is positive. So, those were just, like, the little, HCG ones. They just show up lines. They don't say, like, pregnant or anything like that. So, we went to Hobby Lobby, because had planned on going to Hobby Lobby that day. Like, we went to Hobby Lobby just, like, try and get our minds off of it, and we bought, like, a couple things there, because we had a gift card. We went to Hobby Lobby. I was supposed to go to school that day, actually, and I didn't go to school because, like, I'm shocked. Like, I'm freaking pregnant, probably, and, I'm not going to school today. So, on the way back from Hobby Lobby, we went to Walgreens, and we got, like, the actual, like, clear blue test, and then, I was scared to take it because I didn't know, like, how far along I could be, and, like, if it would show up, like, later in the day, because they say, like, always take those tests in the morning when your urine is, like, potent enough, like, all of the proteins and stuff are going to be in it for sure. So I didn't think that it would show up again. So we got home and I took one, because the box came with 3 of them. So I took the one that said, like, pregnant on the thing, or not pregnant, it's a clear blue one. It's still lines, but it says pregnant or something like that. More reliable than the other Walmart 99-cent ones. So I took one of those tests, and sure enough, like, it took this one a little bit. It was a little faded. It took like a minute or so, like, longer to show up on the thing, but, like, you could tell, like, there are 2 lines on that thing. So then Jamie and me were just like, okay, like, we're pregnant, we've got to be. So then not the next day, but the day after that, maybe it was the next day, I don't know. I don't remember. It's been 2 months, 3 months almost now, and forgive me, my pregnancy brain is just like blah. The test on base. So I went there, took tests, it was positive, and then Jamie was like, okay, like, I guess you're really pregnant if, you know, their P test says you're pregnant, instead of the ones at home, when he didn't, like, he was still, like, in shock, like, disbelief, I guess. Like, yeah, the basis P tests are right, not ours, right? Okay, so positive, we're pregnant. So we go into the room, we're talking to the nurse, and she's just, like, going through, like, a whole bunch of insurance questions with us. And then, like, me and Jamie are both just like, oh my gosh, like, talking about insurance and stuff like that. And whenever it gets here, it's like, oh my god, like, this is real. Like, I just remember, like, saying in my head, like, I'm really pregnant, like, this is really real. And thinking about it, it feels like it was forever ago now. And then I think it was like a couple of days later after that, I wanted to tell my mom, because of course, like, I'm pregnant and I want to tell my mother. So we went that evening. We went, and because all of our family lives in the same town pretty much, we went to Walmart. I took the 3 little tests that I had taken. We went to Walmart. We got, like, the little, like, Parents' Choice, like, brand bottles, and we stuck the pregnancy test in there, and then we got, like, bibs that said, like, grandma and grandpa and stuff like that. And we put that in a bag, and we hit up every house, and everybody was super excited. You know, my mom and dad pretty much knew whenever I'm coming there that late at night, and I'm in Stark that late at night, like, yeah, we know what's going on, pretty much. So they pretty much knew. So everyone was super excited, and then, like, from there on out, I just wanted to tell everybody, well, I just wanted to make sure that everything was okay, get my first, like, OB appointment down, and just make sure everything's okay, like, there's an actual baby in there and it's doing all right and it's growing correctly and everything like that. So we waited until our first appointment. I had my first appointment whenever I was 8 weeks along. We had to go to, like, a smaller doctor's office than my regular one, because my regular hospital that I should be going to, it's all with UF Health, but the place that I'm delivering at, that I've been every other time, couldn't get me in until 12 weeks. So I was like, no, I want to come in before 12 weeks. Like, that's forever to wait. Like, I'm almost out of the first trimester before my first appointment. So we opted to go into the smaller one that their ultrasound machine didn't have any, like, a printer hooked up to it. So kind of sucked. We have pictures, like, on our phone of that ultrasound. We don't have any, like, actual pictures printed out from it. we figured out that everything was going correctly how it's supposed to do, got our estimated due date, and it was pretty much around like the time that I figured it would be from what I found like online, like how you like determine it based on your last period. So yeah, the first trimester was rough. It's lightened up a lot, but I have been sick pretty much every single day since I was 7 weeks pregnant. And I was like 6 weeks and I was like, heck yeah, like I'm never gonna get sick. Oh, let me go back. Whenever I found out that I was pregnant, I was only 4 weeks along. So it was really, really early. Yeah, super sick all the time. I really only like, I've thrown up a lot, but I've never had like a full like on like projectile vomit everything in my stomach, except for like 4 or 5 times. That's probably a lot because whenever I throw up, I am terrible at throwing up. Like, I am so loud. The people down the street could probably hear me. Like, it's my entire body that's throwing up, it feels like. It's just, it's not a fun time. And Jamie has been such a trooper because he's had to clean it up like a couple, he's had to clean up like almost every single one of those because I don't always make it to the toilet or the trash can on time. And it sucks. And I had one of these, Saturday morning, the morning of our gender reveal party. I threw up all my pancakes and I was like starving for the rest of the day. I was like, I just want to eat something. Every single morning whenever I wake up, I like gag a little bit just because like my stomach is empty, I need to eat something. And I tried the saltine cracker thing before I get out of bed. That does not work. I just wake up and want to throw up the saltine crackers. I get out of bed and want to throw up the saltine crackers. I got to the point where I was like not holding anything down because my sickness, it was like I felt nauseous. But then on days when I felt good, I would eat something and then I would feel like I'd be like 75% done with what I'm trying to eat. And then I would, baby's like, nope, don't want that. Throw it up, mom, thanks, goodbye. It's like, it was like that. Like I would feel great. And then that still happens. That's what happened on Saturday whenever I tried to eat pancakes. It was just like, I'm almost done with my pancakes. Like we're almost through it. We got a full meal down, and then she's like, no, I don't want that. Throw it up, and now we're both starving, child. But it's gotten to that point where I've had to get Pedialyte popsicles and try and keep those down. Popsicles have been my best friend. I got the like fruit bars that taste like fruit and stuff like that. Those ones are so good. Those ones were awesome. I'm trying to think of anything else that I could keep down. I started to keep down boiled peanuts. That's just what I started to crave for a little bit there. I would keep those down for a little bit. I don't know. First trimester is just rough. If people have a great trimester, like you are one of the few and you're a lucky bitch. I slept a lot. I was just tired all the time. I feel like I was super tired on top of being pregnant tired, but pregnant tired is terrible. I don't even want to imagine what it's going to be like whenever she's actually here. Because it's, I don't know, it's just, get pregnant and you'll see how tired you are. I think that everyone goes through that stage of pregnant tired because it's terrible. Like I would wake up in the morning, stay awake for like 2 or 3 hours, eat, try and eat at least, and then take another nap. And then Daniel would get home and we'd make dinner and then I'm ready for bed again. Like it was like that every single day. Up until, like, I'm still pretty tired, but up until probably like 13 weeks, it sucked like that. And then I started getting like a little bit of energy back, We waited until 15 weeks. That was exactly 15 weeks whenever I went to do the ultrasound to find out what it is. And my friend Hannah went with me because Jamie was on shift work. He's on shift work right now. He doesn't get home until 2 a.m. So we went. I had 2 golf balls. That's how we did it. I did golf balls. One of them was pink, one of them was blue, and they had stickers on the bottom. And I told the lady, I was like, whatever one it's not, just throw it away. And then whatever one it is, just make sure you take the sticker off and then put it back in the box. And then so no one knows. I didn't want anyone at all to know what it was. I wanted every single person to be surprised at the gender reveal. So that was on Friday. I went and did that on Friday. So our thing was on Saturday. And I met my mom that night to get my little sisters from her, and they stayed the night that night to like kind of help set up and stuff for the next day. And whenever we got to my mom, I like gave my mom the envelope with the picture in it. I was like, you have to take this away so no one looks at it at my house tonight, because I am already getting so anxious just staring at an envelope that has what my baby is in it. So you gotta take it. And I was like, and actually, like, if you would like to look, you can look. You can see what it is. Because my dad was in Texas, so I was like, you can call dad and let him know what it is, and you can look. So we sat there and we watched her face whenever she opened it up, but I mean, her face would have been the same for whatever it was. She was just excited. And then the next day we did the little gulp thing, and it was pink. And I had kind of figured it was gonna be the girl the whole time, because every single time we go to the doctor's, the heart rate has been like 150, like high 150s. Whenever I went for the one for the gender, it was 162. So I was like, dang, that's pretty high up there. And they say like a higher heart rate is a girl. And then I did that ring test where you like take like a piece of your hair and then you take your engagement or wedding ring. I don't have mine on right now because they just annoy me. My engagement ring is too big and my wedding ring is getting too small now, so they just aggravate me. I did that and it said it was gonna be a girl. So ring test was right. One of the, I don't know if it was a Mayan or Chinese calendar, but one of those was right. The baking soda test was right because I did put my urine in baking soda, and then whichever one it was for girl is what it ended up being. I did the red cabbage test and that was girl. And the whole time, like, I just told Jamie, I was like, it's gonna be a girl, and he was just like, no, team boy, team boy, team boy. Yeah, it ended up being a girl, and now, as of right now, we kind of have a name, but I'm like hesitant about it just because I change my mind about so many things all the time. So I don't want to say it's her name. Gosh, I'm so sorry, I have really bad heartburn. I don't want to say that it's her name and then it could change, and I don't want to say it's her name and people get stuff made for her, and everyone keeps on, like, family wise and stuff, are like, oh, what's her name, what's the name gonna be, what's her name gonna be, and people are asking, like, my family, like, what's the name gonna be, what name is she picking out? And I'm just like, I don't know, like, it is so hard picking a name. And the name that I like, I have names picked out, but I have no middle names to go with any of them, like, none of them. And then me and Jamie have to agree on it, and that's even worse. That's even worse, trying to pick out a name. But I'm glad it's a girl because we like had agreed on like a girl name prior, but we could not agree on a boy name whatsoever. So we are just trying to think of a middle name now, and then we'll get back to y'all on that. Okay. Whenever I went for, I had like a Down syndrome screening kind of thing, like whenever they do like a really like detailed ultrasound, and they like check, they have to do it in between 12 and 14 weeks to check the fluid in the spine, like the spinal, like the neck right here, because that's whenever you can like see through the skin perfectly. They check for a nasal bone, the fluid in the neck, and then something else. I forgot what it was, but my baby was fine, had every single bit of it. It was great. And Jamie didn't get to go to that appointment with me, unfortunately, but it was the coolest ultrasound so far that we have had. Like, I got there, I got to like look at my baby for probably like 20 minutes straight, like, and just watch her. I didn't know it was her at that time, but I just got to watch her like be the stubborn little jerk that she already is, because every single time we go to the ultrasound and try and see her, she's like face planted in my crotch and she doesn't want to move. Like, she moves a little bit to like let us know like she's awake. She never wants to like turn around, like let me see her face. Like, she's always trying to hide her face. So the ultrasound lady was like, oh, it's definitely a boy, because if it was a girl, we'd want to see her face. She wants to see her face. Like, she'd be smiling for the camera right now. And there was one point in the thing where she was like nudging at my belly, like, come on baby, move. And she literally like shook her head and was like, no, I'm not moving for you. Like, go away, I'm trying to sleep. It was really funny. It was really cool. I told Jamie that at the 20-week anatomy scan, whenever we go back to that place where they do like really like detailed, like really detailed ultrasounds, I was like, you have to come back to that one. I don't care if you get to go to any other appointment with me ever, but you have to go to this one. And I feel like I have gotten to see her so many times already. I've had 4 ultrasounds so far, and I've gotten to see her at every single doctor's appointment pretty much I go. I know that's not going to happen anymore until my 20-week one. And then after that, we'll get the 40 one like a lot later. So I've been like spoiled with seeing her so many times, and it's so cool. It is so cool. I will still be going through the day Like, I did this a lot in the first trimester where I'm like, oh shit, I'm pregnant. Like, oh shit, I'm pregnant. Like, it would just like hit me all over again. And then, it still does. Like, I just don't believe that there's a baby in my belly because I've had such like bad nausea and vomiting and stuff like that. I haven't gained anything, like any kind of weight from my first doctor's appointment to my last dog to the one after that, like to the second one. I had lost 4 pounds. So I mean, it is what it is. It happens to some people. Just can't hold any food down. And in the first trimester, it's okay not to gain any weight and to lose some. It's totally fine. But now I've just been trying to eat because I'll step on my scale and it will say what it's been. And then the other day on Friday, no, not Friday, yesterday, I stepped on it and it was 3 pounds under that. And I was like, what the heck? Like, I know I'm not eating like a crap ton, but I feel like I'm eating more than I was in the first semester. So shouldn't I be gaining weight? And like, my stomach is so round. I'm gonna show it to you right now. I ain't Mexican, so I'm bloated. So it's like, it's there. Yeah, I'm in sweatpants. It's there, but it's like, this is me really bloated right now. Like, it has not been that way. It's been probably like looking like that, but I'm really bloated right now. So yeah, that's her. She's in there. My belly's just getting really round and it kind of, I don't know, it's pretty cool, I guess. I don't know. I feel like I look more pregnant now than I did before. Like, I used to look like I just like ate like a really big dinner. Like, kind of like now, like I'm just bloated. Now that we know what it is, it's even more like, getting more impatient is what I would say, I guess. Just because, like, you know, she's got to stay in there for like a while, and don't get to meet her yet, but you like get to prepare and get all these things ready for her to be here, and then she's gonna be here. And I know people tell me that it's going to go by so fast, like from here on out, and I believe it because even from whenever I found out, like, I feel like it was forever ago, but I feel like it's went by so fast. So yeah, we're really excited. We're super excited. Family's excited. I did get Jamie some books because Jamie is the youngest person pretty much in his family. And they haven't had a baby in the family since him. And he's going to be 26 years old next week. So it's been a really long time for them. And he's been around kids, but he's never been like in charge of a kid, in charge of an infant. So I got him some books. One of them is Diaper Dude. And then that's the one like for whenever the kid's here. And then the one right now is like pregnancy and like preparing like up to that point where she's gonna be here is called From Jude to Dad. So they've both been really good books. I read a little bit of the first one. I didn't read the second one, but I did read a little bit of the first one just to make sure like Jamie would like it. Like, it wasn't like a super like detailed informative thing, but it's just like a funny book for like dads. And I mean, it is really informational, like on his aspect, just about things that like he needs to be aware of and be cautious of and stuff like that. So glad I got those books for him. Let me know other baby videos that y'all would be interested in. I'm definitely going to do take y'all along to do the baby registry with me. Definitely going to take y'all with me, or I'm going to do a baby shower haul, like whenever I get everything from the baby shower. There will definitely be a labor and delivery vlog. Just cross her fingers that Jamie can get good takes of what's going on in the room. And then I guess I'll do like a second trimester recap. Yeah, so a lot of fun. Babies are fun. Babies are a blessing, and we're so excited to go on this journey. Nervous, but we are super excited. We do have some other stuff going on right now, and I will make a video about that whenever it happens. In about 2 weeks it should be official. So yeah, there will be a video sooner than these ones have been. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. This is just like a fun little hobby that I get to do, and watching these videos whenever I like get to go back and see these, it's just like good to reminisce like back on my pregnancy and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. That's why I haven't taken many pictures. I took one whenever I was 11 weeks and posted it, but I haven't taken any pictures whatsoever since then. So I'm kind of like beating myself up about it because like I can tell like now my stomach is so round before than it was. So yeah, so from here on out I bought one dress that I'm going to take out every single picture in from here on out, like every Friday whenever my weeks change, like whenever I'm a week ahead. I'm going to take pictures in that because I want to see them, and that's what everyone tells me that they regret, is they regret not taking pictures and writing down like their symptoms and stuff like that more. So I'm gonna do that, and I have this book and I have this camera to help me do that, and I have you guys to help me do that. So thank you so much for watching this and wanting to be a part of this journey with us. It's gonna be super fun, and I know that me and Jimmy will be a great team doing this, being a mom and dad, and it's so weird to call myself that, but yes, thank you guys for watching, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.